we're gonna do a small Christmas in Portland and just, it's just a little.
7 o'clock.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting of the Human Affairs Committee to order. Today is Monday, December 17th, and the time is 7 p.m. We are in the Aldermanic Chamber.
She has one date.
I'm sorry?
13, not 17.
I said the 13th.
No,
Did I?
No,
Okay.
you said
Today's date is December 13th, not 17th.
That's in the head.
Thank you. My head's already there. That's Friday, right? We are also meeting via teleconference. The meeting link can be found on the agenda as well as on the city's website. We will start the meeting by taking roll call attendance. Nobody is participating by Zoom, but if they were, they would have to tell us why. Alderman Wilczek.
Okay, Alderman Kelly,
I'm here.
Alderman Harry Gathright,
Present.
Alderman Clee, Alderman Karen. Here. Alderman Wiltshire is here. We have 4 present.
Alderman Clee let me know that she was unable to attend due to illness. This is also in attendance MPD business manager, but I believe we have Kevin Fusillo here instead. Okay. We did roll call. Public comment. Is there anyone from public? I don't see anyone in the chamber or on Zoom. Presentations,
There are none.
communications,
There are none.
unfinished business,
There are none.
new business resolutions.
Before us this evening is Resolution 21-183, relative to the acceptance of $58,000 from the State of New Hampshire Department of Justice into Police Grant Activity 2022 Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, grant program, and to authorize the transfer of matching funds. I'll make a motion to recommend final passage of Resolution 21-183.
Thank you. The motion is for final passage. Mr. Priscilla, did you want to speak to this briefly?
You're on mute.
Always.
Sorry about that. This is just I think the 15th year in a row we've received this grant, and it helps fund our domestic violence victim advocate and part of our, one of our officers who was assigned to the domestic violence unit. It's a federal pass-through. It's a 75-25 split. Usually we more than meet our end with salary and benefits with this grant.
Great. Just out of curiosity, is this the same amount that you've gotten in the previous year?
Yeah, it's been stagnant. I asked for more and I was denied. They said maybe next year there'll be more funds available. I asked for another 10,000, but I got denied.
Well, thank you for asking. Does anyone from the committee have questions? Okay. We don't need to take a roll call vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay. That motion carries. It's weird not having to do roll call. Throws me off.
All right, I love it. Also before us this evening is Resolution 21-184, relative to the acceptance of $34,600 from the United States Department of Justice into Police Grant Activity 2021 Justice Assistance Grant, multi-jurisdictional. I will make a motion to recommend final passage of Resolution 21-184.
The motion is for recommend final passage. Mr. Pasillo?
Yes, so this grant is used it's strictly overtime, and also we can use it for equipment. There's no matching fund, it's a federal pass-through. And we use the grant for community policing programs, our Neighborhood Watch programs, the RAD program we have, and also for training. Right now, we've been dipping into it for our training budget. So it comes in handy for us. And the good thing about it, it's good for 3 years. So we're still working off a 2019 JAG grant. So that's pretty much it on this grant.
Thank you very much. Anyone from the committee have questions? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Great. That motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Pasillo, for being
Thank you.
here.
Alrighty, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. We'll move on to new business ordinances.
We have none?
Tabled in committee.
We have nothing.
Any general discussion from the committee? Alderman Wilshire.
Thank you. I thought I'd bring it up at this committee, and I know there's been some concern and talk about the Substandard Living Conditions Committee and how they haven't met because they haven't had anything to meet on. When this committee first started, I was under the impression, or I felt strongly that it belonged with Human Affairs. But the alderman who pushed for it got his way and, and it was set up as a standalone committee. But this committee really does fit the bill for that kind of, that subject matter. So my goal is to try to merge the two. I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but.
Alderman Lopez.
I appreciate that as a plan. I think the Human Affairs Committee conducts other business and brings attention by conducting that other business to issues of human affairs, and that by having issues of substandard living conditions, if people are discussing, inequities in how they interact with their landlord, or challenges that are being faced in the community where city ordinances would be effective, having it take place in this forum will also draw light to it. I think we had some very effective discussions on the Substandard Living Conditions Committee, but that the attention that it garnered and the drive to elicit change out of those discussions is probably better served in this forum.
Thank you, Alderman Lopez. Anyone else? I think that makes sense. My only thing that comes to my head is if the makeup were to stay similar, would, you and I both have to recuse ourselves if there's anything specific to substandard in terms of children's home, or I'm on the board of the soup kitchen.
Not any more than we would in this forum, so no, I don't think so.
Okay. Alderman Lopez.
Particularly issues related to substandard living conditions most likely wouldn't be like the soup kitchen has a problem with addressing its tenants' water needs or that kind of stuff. Most of the issues I think substandard living conditions was facing were more landlord and homeless prevention
Okay.
issues.
That's good to know. All right. That seems to make sense to me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that was general discussion. Everybody's good? Okay. There's no public that I can see again. Would anyone like to make remarks? Alderman Lopez.
Sorry, I'm not on the committee and I'm taking it over, but I just wanted to announce to everybody, because of the conversation we just had, that next Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the steps of City Hall, we're going to have the longest night vigil. It's part of recognition statewide of Homeless Memorial Day. So we'll be acknowledging those who have passed away that have experienced homelessness, and we'll be expressing solidarity and trying to come together to remind people that we are aware of the situation. We are trying to make things better for people who are homeless, and to recommit ourselves to taking action on those lines.
Also, Alderman Lopez.
I have a
Alderman
question.
Karen Gilbert.
Could I have a question of him?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Do you, I guess.
I thought you were pointing at June. I was like, did I miss June's hand? No, you're good.
Did you send out a flyer? Because I haven't seen one.
We haven't finished the flyer. I have an interfaith group that's, I reached out to all the local faith-based organizations, and so some of them have to send me their logos, but there was a plan to have one go out by tomorrow so that we'd have a week notice.
Okay.
Alderman Lopez, what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay, thank you. I know I've participated in the past, and it's somber, but I really appreciate you putting it up top of mind for everybody. It's definitely something a lot of people face, and it's hard when it's cold and dark like it is right now in New England.
It's celebrated on the winter solstice, which is literally the longest night of the year. But thematically, any night that you're homeless seems like it's the longest night. So that's why we recognize it on that particular day. It's part of a statewide effort organized by Maggie Fogarty. I've been doing it probably 15 years at least. I know Eileen Brady organized it through the Soup Kitchen prior to me in Nashua, and I think the overall effort is probably much older.
It's really interesting history.
Mhm.
think we just determined this is our last meeting of the year, so I just want to thank everyone on the committee for being part of it. I think we did a lot of good work this year. And on to 2022. If there are no other remarks from the committee, Alderman Karen.
Make a motion to adjourn.
The motion is to adjourn, and we don't have to do it by roll call. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and we are adjourned at 7:10.
Beautiful.